This is Dennis Peacock with another edition of the Transforum. You know, we're in a crisis on many levels, certainly no news to those of you that have been watching us and following what we're trying to do on the Transforum. Part of the crisis is that everything that is being done in Washington, D.C. and in many other levels of government is largely short-term in terms of the strategy. It's not dealing with long-term issues. This last week, we've suffered through the unreality of the White House declaring that there is, quote, no possibility that we're going to have a Great Depression, that they've averted all that, the TARP won, blah, blah, blah. And the issue is, it's so painful to me about that is, we haven't touched any of the fundamental things that have really created this financial crisis. You know, all of us are going to leave a legacy. The question is, what do we leave behind? The politicians today, and I know this has been true for many years in many cases, nevertheless are constantly dealing with electoral politics. And we've talked about this before, but I'm personally convinced that the Republicans were much more concerned about defeating President Obama's health care plans because they wanted to be reelected, that is, get the Republicans in office, rather than really their great visceral concerns, so to speak, with the health care issues themselves. We have to require, at some point in time, and I think we're there, that those who are going to be in office need to do two things. Number one, there needs to be a national mandate that anyone who is running for a national office, a federal office, or a federal appointment has got to take an examination relative to the Constitution of the United States. We would not have gotten into these issues, these problems, if such a thing was done. Now, I know that sounds silly, but the truth of the matter is it's very, very clear that we have people in very high points and positions of elected office and appointments who obviously don't understand the Constitution. We're going to be talking about that more. The second thing is, in terms of long-term planning and addressing the whole question of what's your legacy, what are you going to leave behind when you come out of office or appointment, is both parties, the Republicans and the Democrats, at this point in time must begin to give the American people policy statements on where they are, position papers on national debt, capital creation, taxation policy, and the whole role of citizenship, which really deals with immigration policy. We need to know. Now, pressing that point is going to reveal that they probably have no clue. Now, I know there's some smart people in office. I know there's educated and smart people in appointed positions. But here's the question. What are the long-term principles by which they're making their decisions? At this point in time, the American people need to know. We need both parties to let us know, where do you stand on national debt, capital creation, taxation policy, and citizenship? This is the Transforum. We need to not only engage, we need to begin to hold people accountable on a whole new level. Look forward to seeing you next time.